Hi, I'm Linda Matthews, and in this video I'm going to share some tips for printing your junk journal printable files. If you're just starting out using printables or are having problems printing them, I'm sure you'll find these tips useful. The easiest way to print your files is to use a home inkjet printer. The printer that I use to print all my printables is an Epson inkjet Eco printer. I've used this printer for quite a few years now and find that it always prints excellent quality prints. And even though I use this printer daily and have printed thousands of pages during the time that I've had it, the ink tanks only need to be topped up occasionally, so it's a very economical printer. This printer has a top feed where you place the paper into the top guide and it comes out onto a tray at the front. You could use a laser printer, however the colour on these types of printers is sometimes not completely accurate, whereas with an inkjet printer the colour is very accurate. If you don't have a home printer, you can always get your pages printed at your local copy shop or stationery store, or even do an online search for online printing services. However, if you're planning on printing a lot of pages, this option can become quite expensive, and you may find that purchasing your own basic inkjet printer works out to be cheaper. When you purchase and download junk journal printables, they're usually available in several different file formats, such as PDF, JPG, or PNG. PDF file format is one of the most common formats because it's so easy to use. When printing from a PDF file, make sure the settings are correct, particularly the paper size. Also check the page scaling option, which should be set to either none, so that the page prints at the original file size, or fit to printable area, which can be used if you're printing on a different size paper than the printable file size page. For example, if the file is in US paper size and you want to print on A4 paper, it's sometimes necessary to choose this setting, particularly if you're printing full-size pages, to ensure that the edges are not cut off. JPG or PNG file formats are ideal to use in a photo editing or graphic design program such as Photoshop, Photoshop Elements, or even Canva. These file formats are ideal for when you want to design with them in some way, such as when using them with my junk journal templates. For direct printing of JPEG or PNG files from a photo editing program, it's important to make sure your print settings are correct. I first like to rotate the file to vertical format when I'm ready to print. Then make sure the paper size is set to the correct size and that the print size option is set correctly also. The print size option will vary depending on the paper size that you choose. I design all my printables to print on US letter size paper, which is 8.5 inches wide by 11 inches high. When choosing this paper size, you need to select the print size option, actual size, which will ensure that the image prints at the correct size and includes all the outside borders. However, you can also easily print on A4 size paper, which is slightly longer in height and narrower in width. When choosing this size paper, you need to select a different print size option. Because this paper size is narrower in width, you need to resize it slightly smaller so that the left and right edges don't get cut off. The setting to resize smaller may be different depending on the program that you're using, but in Photoshop Elements, this setting is under Custom and the option is Scale to Fit Media. As you can see, this resizes the print only slightly smaller so that it will print on the paper and the side edges won't be cut off. When printing your junk journal pages, you want to use good quality paper or cardstock to ensure that your prints have vibrant colours and sharp images. For junk journal pages, I use and recommend white copy paper with a weight of 24 pound or 90 GSM, or 32 pound or 120 GSM. These weights of copy paper are thicker than standard copy paper and will prevent colours from bleeding through to the other side, whether you want to write or print on the page. A good quality cardstock, around £110 or £199 GSM, is perfect for printing ephemera and other elements. So that's some of my favourite tips for printing out your printables, and I hope you find them useful. If you still have questions though, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them.